everyone, I'm Shripriya, just your regular brown girl in Japan, and after 8 months of brutal job hunting, I'm finally now working as a machine learning engineer at a startup in Tokyo. It's pretty amazing, it's full remote and it does not require any Japanese. So in this video, I'm gonna share my strategy of how I ask people for referrals and coffee chats, and that actually helped me land this job as well. So I'm gonna share all the templates, and in this video, I'm gonna deep dive into 3 particular LinkedIn strategies that I use, and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first route is to actually reach out to multiple people per company for a referral. In my opinion, I reach out to at least 5 people at once, wait for 1 week. If none of them replies, then I reach out to another set of 5 people. But usually 1 in 5 people reply, so that is why I send these messages to at least 5 people from the same company. Now, who do you send it to and how do you find these people? So for instance, if my title is machine learning engineer, I'm looking for a role of machine learning engineer at Amazon. Okay, so then I search for 3 kinds of people. The first one is a manager, so a product manager or a machine learning manager. Then the second one would be my peer, so machine learning engineer within the same team. And the third one would be the senior member within the same team, so senior machine learning engineer. These are the 3 titles that I'm particularly looking for. And now let's go ahead and go to LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, let's search for machine learning engineer. Then I click on people, and then you can select the current company. So for instance, I am searching for machine learning engineer at Amazon. I believe you can also search for location, so Japan. Let's go ahead. And these are all the people who are working at Amazon, and they are machine learning engineers. So a lot of people have their team names within their profile. So I try to go with somebody from the same team name. This would be my peer. Now a peer would help me get insights within the team. What was the interview process like, or probably who is hiring. And if I want to know who the hiring manager is, it's probably the PM of the same team. So I like to search for product manager, and you can do the same thing. You can click on Amazon and then company as Japan, and now you have a list of all the product managers or senior technical product managers who are working at Amazon. The third one is senior machine learning engineer. So you basically do the same step, and now once you have a list of at least 5 people from Amazon, preferably in the same city, in the same team, it is now time to reach out to them. So now let's come to step number 2 in my 3-step strategy. Okay, now we come to step number 2, which is to send them a personalized LinkedIn message. How do you do that, and what do you send? So once you have a list of 5 people, and it doesn't matter if you have LinkedIn Premium or not, if you go to their profile and click on more, and then I think if you use the LinkedIn's web version, you can click on connect, and then you can add a note. Okay, so now within the note, LinkedIn gives you a 200 word limit, and if you use premium, it's 300. So this is what I like to write. I like to write hi, the name of the person. Always include the name of the person so that it looks like you've customized the message. I am Shripriya, an ML intern at A. I came across the ML position at Amazon in your team. I would love to connect to know about your experience working at the company. Are you available for a quick call? These are the 3 things that I always make sure before I send. The first one is the name of the person in the message. Check the spelling of the person. You don't want to get it wrong. Then the second one is the name of the role and the team. So for instance, if you're interested in the logistics team at Amazon, so write logistics team within your message. And then the third one is always end with a question. So I usually like to write, are you available for a quick call, or are you available for a quick call sometime this week? So this is a call to action. So for instance, if it shows second, it means that you do have a mutual connection. And I like to mention that, for instance, if you have a common point that you both went to the same university. So I like to write, hi, I'm Shripriya, a fellow alumni from Tokyo University. And what it does, it really makes people accept your request. Like they're more likely to accept your request if you are not a stranger, and they're more likely to help you. So if you have a common point, please mention it from the get-go. And once I have the list of 5 people, I pretty much copy paste the same message to 5 people, change the name. So I like to wait for at least a week before I reach out to another set of 5 people. In most cases, 1 out of 5 people usually reply, and then we go to step number 3. The next step is to ask them for a coffee chat. Now, there are 2 kinds of people. The first one would be the set of people who would refuse for the coffee chat because they're not really comfortable in getting on a call, or they don't want to get on a call. And in that case, they would probably reply you on text. And the second one, who would be very much happy and willing to get on a 30-minute call. You always want to make sure that you have option number 2, ideally, because if you do a call with a person, you're going to get much more insights than you would on a text message. And also, this person can now root for you within the company, if that makes sense. So over time, I've realized that I like to go for route number 2 much more than route number 1. So for instance, in case number 1, where the person says no, then within the text messages, you need to ask them about your experience and about their projects first. And then the third text could be asking for a referral very politely. And most of the times, they are very much happy to give you a referral. In this video, I'm going to also talk about the second route, where people are willing to hop on a coffee chat with you. The second route is now asking people for a coffee chat. Once you've scheduled your coffee chat, you need to prepare for that. You need to ask customized questions. And I like to ask these 10 questions to kind of maximize my chances and get the insight about the company. By the end of the call, they are the ones who actually offer me the referral instead of me asking. But even if they don't offer you, you can obviously ask them directly. So what are the 10 questions that I asked them about in the coffee chat? So this is how the coffee chat goes. I'll first introduce myself, and I would be like, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for taking the time to be on this call. And I kind of have a pitch deck ready in my head as to why I'm interested in this position. So I keep it short. I keep it within 30 to 45 seconds. After that, I ask them a little bit about them. At this point, I have studied their LinkedIn profile, so I ask them a little bit more about their experience and, for instance, Amazon, right? And then the third one is the current projects at the company. So you need to get this idea of what the company or what the team is actually working right now, so that when you have your hiring manager round, you can tell them these are your ideas. This is what you would like to work on, okay? The fourth is work culture. So is it hybrid? Is it remote? Is it on-site? Stuff like that. The fifth one is Japanese language requirements. So again, I am not somebody who is proficient in Japanese, and if the team is looking for somebody who speaks Japanese, then there's no point in even applying, right? So I like to ask this person right away, like, how much Japanese is required, or are they open to somebody with only English proficiency? Then this is very important. A lot of job descriptions, they do not disclose how much years of experience you need to have, but the hiring manager has a person in mind. They want somebody who's a mid-level or who's a senior manager. So I always ask them how many years of experience are they looking for. The seventh question that I ask them is about the interview process. How many steps are there? Are there any tips for me? How can I prepare? Then the tech stacks and software they use. So if I have used those softwares, I can put it in my resume so that my resume has a higher ATS score and better chances for an interview. Lastly, I ask them who is the hiring manager. So if they are not the hiring manager, then if they can let me know who the hiring manager is, I can reach out to the hiring manager before the interview process even begins. So that's another level of networking. In both the routes, route 1, where the person does not hop on a coffee chat and you're usually texting, and in route 2, where you do have a coffee chat, you need to ask them who the hiring manager is. If you know who the hiring manager is, then you can just name drop this person and reach out to them on LinkedIn mentioning that you connected with this person. So again, they would be much likely to accept your LinkedIn request because you're not a stranger. And second thing is that now you have somebody who is directly responsible for hiring before you even start the interview process. These are my 3-step process as to how I reach out to people on LinkedIn and how do I ask them coffee chat questions. Now, after this, they're gonna refer you and you're gonna have an interview round. So now you've made sure you have a referral. There are very high chances of you hearing back. But how do you customize your resume and how do you add the keywords so that your resume has a higher ATS score, and after the referral it goes to the hiring manager and does not get stuck in the system? I'm gonna share that in the next video. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below and I'm gonna see you next week. Okay, bye.